All right, so let's talk about this. Charlie Kirk, 31 years old, shot and killed. Now, I used to hear this guy talk, and people that says he's a great motivational speaker. He contributes a lot to the community, right? He's a man of the people. Okay, what people? A contributor to who? This is the same guy that said Martin Luther King was a scumbag. This is the same guy that said the civil rights movement should have never happened. This is the same guy that said Hispanics and people from other countries truly don't belong here. This is America, right? He said a whole lot of things. Those black kids that got shot and killed, everything. Oh, no sympathy for them, no remorse for them. He said that George Floyd was a scumbag that got just what he deserved. Now, he was so vocal and celebrating, applauding the deaths of other people. So, just like I knew when I got this news, watch a whole lot of black people be the same ones trying to defend him, trying to take up for him, because there's going to be people that say the same way he don't care about other people, we don't care about him. And was I right? Abso-fucking-lutely. They got this one dizzy broad. I don't remember her name and don't care. But I know she was always speaking up for black men this, black men that. I don't know, black women are doing the wrong things towards black men and whatever. And every time I turn around, she's making a video showing herself in a hospital, showing that she really has cancer. She's always talking about people always saying she's lying. And the more I listen to her, I said, okay, she speaks with some intelligence, but I can tell she's a dork, like really like a nerd, a dork that she gets in her feelings and she says things off emotion, not so much off of wisdom and understanding. I listened to her, okay. You know, because you try to support certain channels because they have certain content you like, or you think that you see something in a person, or you do see something in a person, but there's other things you don't see. And then you find out like, okay, I see what type of person she is. And she was defending this guy and black, and I said, you know, and here's the funny thing. Now, here's a black woman that defends black men against black women, but defend or racist against black people in general. First of all, if you're in a fight, several things can happen. Now, you can say, hey man, this guy attacked me, I defended myself. How far do you go, right? That can be the question too. Now imagine having this mindset. If I don't unalive this guy, he's gonna unalive me. If the police get involved, they're probably gonna take his side and unalive me. I'm gonna end up in jail. They're gonna provoke me. It's right. Just imagine thinking like that. What do you think you would actually do? What decision do you think you'd make? It's easy to make when you're not in that situation. So when we have nothing but a bunch of people standing up, talking like we're not a part of this country, like we're not from here too, you know, like they welcomed us here or something, like no. See, here's the deal with this guy and people like him. They have a lot of influence on people. All I ever see this guy do is debate people and talk shit, and he's always trying to make the point, oh, black people are lazy, they don't want to work, they don't contribute to America, they never have. I've heard all this shit come out of this boy's mouth. Then he talks about how, you know, he's always talking about God and spirituality. They don't include us, just like the Bible doesn't include us. That man-made book that y'all think is some God, some gift from the heavens. But bottom line, he says all these things, and I listen to how he loves to get under people's skin purposely. Like I've always seen him, like when he speaks about transgender people, when he speaks to them, right? And he's like, he, you, whatever. Like he does this openly, right, to them, to the point of like, I want to ask a question to get a transgender to say something, or I want a black person to say something. I want to get a response so I can say certain things purposely. Just that's what he does. And what you do with your racism, your hatred, you influence other people. You talk about he was a great motivational speaker. Who the fuck was he motivating? Who the fuck is this guy? He don't stand for us. He's not for us. He's not with us. And we're supposed to embrace him? Oh, fuck no. Just like the forefathers of this country. Anybody, you could be the biggest racist, rapist, child molesting, womanizing piece of shit in the world, but you did something that people want to tell you was great for this country and we're supposed to bow in it. No, I don't bow to nobody, black, white, or nobody. I don't care who the fuck you are. You're just a human being. But when people that have big influence like that can influence people to be racist, to always want to talk about statistics and numbers, always talking a bunch of shit. This guy spoke like he knows everything. There's no foul in him, no foul, nothing. He just knows everything about every situation. Shit that he doesn't even deal with, he knows about. This guy talks, and I'm listening to him talk about the Bible. I'm like, man, your bitch ass don't know nothing about the Bible, man. You speak in all this preaching and talking you're doing, you're racist. What's any different with this guy from the fucking guy that was, going online harassing that black guy, calling him a nigger? This Navy guy. What's any different? And then he's on his own live talking about God and Jesus and love, and it doesn't include us. So when you look at us as the enemy, that's what you are to us. Why the fuck are we supposed to care what happened? I mean, your God didn't save you, right, from that bullet. Your God didn't save black people from 400 years of slavery. Your God didn't save this country from Donald Trump. Your God didn't do anything and never does to make anything better. And then y'all want to point the finger, right? So when he's talking this shit and making his little racist comments and statements, and his people stand there applauding and clapping, right? Yeah. You bring the next generation and the next generation, because all the influence is to keep it going. All the things that he say about people, all the things that he has said and done, we're just going to overlook it because there's people that like him. Who gives a fuck, man? How many of you care when Martin Luther King got killed? How many of you care when Rodney King got killed? Remember how all those officers lied about what Rodney King was doing and the video showed completely different? I mean, how many of y'all cared about George Floyd? You don't. We're supposed to care about him because what? What happened to him happened to him. When your parents die, your relatives die, your loved ones that mean the world to you, does the world stop for them? Nope. I don't know these people. But at the end of the day, I see the agenda, I see the mindset. And this is exactly what people do. I saw a couple of Latino people speaking about him. Well, it's on both sides, and I'm like, here you go, trying to dance it on eggs. Get the fuck out of here, man. You see, my whole thing with people is they love to try to side with who they feel like got the power. And they'll try to play neutral. Behind closed doors, when their cameras are on, they say things differently. But for you to program your brain to think that you're supposed to feel remorse for someone that feels no remorse for you, can care less about you, don't even want you in this country, and now this person is gone, we're supposed to grieve because someone lost their life. But when you just see random news clips of somebody losing their life out in the street somewhere, you don't say the same things. But yet you run to the defense of clearly a person that clearly can care less about you and would probably sit and celebrate the death of you. This was not a good person. He was not a good guy by no fucking stretch of the mind. I feel absolutely nothing. People die every day. Like I said, we don't make a big deal about it. But because of who you are, your life is supposed to me. He's no motivational speaker to me. He meant nothing to me. He did nothing for me and my people. He did nothing for he didn't do any good for anybody. Someone getting an education, someone getting a better job, someone doing things, being able to travel all over the world and all these different things. What the fuck does that mean about you being a good person? What are you teaching people about humanity? And when this guy sits here and says, black people don't want to work, black people make excuses, they're saying they can't get this, are you fucking shitting me? You think either he doesn't know or he just doesn't care. It's both. Yeah, it's both. Now he's gone. And it's funny how I've heard so many of these racist people always want to try to explain why certain black people died and why and how they brought it upon themselves, okay? Had the same energy with him because everything that came out of his mouth, that's the reason he's not here now. And by the way, when they said they caught the person, then they turned around and said they were still looking for the person. Yeah, well, bottom line, it was a white guy who smoked him. That's the news we got. So all the racist acts that he pulled and things he said, he got killed by someone that's white just like him. Well, my whole thing with all of that, right? It's funny how if your kid in school, your little straight kid tells a gay kid, I'm not interested in you, it's, oh, but that's mean. This guy can say what he wants about gay people, transgender people, people from other countries, and all that. They don't belong here and blah, blah, blah. This is America. I mean, everything. That motherfucker was everything wrong with America. And the problem is, when people like him are seen as the embodiment of America, yeah, you wonder exactly why this racist shit won't slow down or stop. It won't, because this is what people want. But we are smarter than that. And this is exactly why you hear me talk about these stupid, when I talk about these stupid black folks that want to sit here and play neutral, they want to sit here and pretend, to be more relevant to someone than they are. And like I said, it never fails. Here goes the black people defending this racist guy. Well, nobody deserved to die, right? Like those like all the slaves and all the shit that happens right now. Yeah, how those people don't deserve to die either. But you're quiet and silent and have nothing to say. You're one of these black folks that walk around here dancing on eggshells, scared to say what needs to be said. But bottom line, he's no longer here. I feel nothing at all. And just like him, there'll be somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. I can care less about popularity, celebrity, any of that shit. I don't care about his position. Him as a human being, he was not a good person. And I'm not going to play these bullshit games. He was not a good person. And what happened, happened. Your God didn't stop it. So maybe this was just in your God's plans.